Hey everyone, and welcome back. Now today I want to talk about XRP because what we've seen recently is just absolute insanity, and so I want to talk a little bit further about that, kind of get a better understanding for what that means with what we've seen so far, what we could possibly be seeing next, all of that type of stuff. So anyway, let's go on ahead, dive right in, and we'll check it out. So starting out, we're going to take a look at crypto bubbles, and what we can see in crypto bubbles is, again, these are the daily returns that we're seeing here. I mean, absolutely insane. 28.5% on Jasmy. We'll be making a video on that here pretty soon. Quant, another 31.5%. IOTA, 64%. Ondo, 37%. I mean, tons of crazy things going on here. So, I mean, another crazy day in the crypto bull that we've seen. Obviously, looking at weeks, or the week numbers get even crazier, and then month, I mean, this is where things really start to get a little bit out of hand. We can see, XRP 444% on the month, XLM 498, ADA 281, HBAR 722%. I think this one's blocked by my picture, but again, just some really truly ridiculous things that we've seen over the past month or so. I mean, things looking really, really strong overall. Obviously, don't really show any signs of slowing down. However, things do look like they might be getting a little bit overextended. However, looking at XRP specifically, though, if we look at the chart, we can see $155 billion market cap, number 3 crypto in the space. Now, there's a lot of people who are probably like, oh yeah, XRP, probably that's where it deserves to be. I don't know that I totally agree, but I think that's a somewhat fair argument. I think XRP being in the top 10 without a doubt, definitely well earned. I mean, up there with the likes of Solana, Tether, Ethereum, Bitcoin, those kind of round out the top 5. I would say some pretty household names, I would say, within the space. XRP, though, being at 155 billion, absolutely nuts. I mean, completely crazy stuff. I mean, this was sitting at, what was it, like a $40 billion market cap, I think $30 billion market cap, like not even a month ago. Insane growth, absolutely insane growth. And so the fact of what we're seeing here, though, is we always need to be kind of taking a perspective of, okay, well, how does XRP look now, right? Well, with a $155 billion market cap, the only things left to flip would be Ethereum at almost 3 times its size, and then Bitcoin, obviously, over 10x its size. A long way to go for either of those. We can see it is ahead of Tether, Solana, BNB, Doge. Some of these, Cardano, it's over $100 billion ahead of Cardano, which it was like almost kind of neck and neck with it in market cap, less than a month ago. So, I mean, crazy stuff overall. But what we got to look at here is on the chart, we can see, I mean, this is a full-on proper J curve here. It's gotten really quite insane. A 400% move in less than a month is really quite ridiculous. We are seeing major spikes in volume here. Volume spikes continuing to keep up, so it seems. Now, but what we're seeing here is, does this remain, in my opinion, to be a good trade? I would say probably not. If you've missed the XRP boat, I would just say you've probably missed the XRP boat, and that's okay. Obviously, this could continue to run, but from a risk-reward perspective, I mean, we've already seen this type of move. We're looking here on the chart, number 3 in market cap, not really much left for it to flip unless we somehow, take a shot at Ethereum or Bitcoin. I mean, it's kind of in a pretty good spot overall. And also, I mean, we have to look that we've made a 400% run without any real sense of a pullback. I mean, if you take this one, wick to wick here, you can see, we pulled back from like the 160 range back to like 130. So a relatively decent pullback. That's what, about 25%. Not too bad. I mean, we've then run, another over 100% since then. So obviously, a pretty decent move here. It looks like, it's possible that we're starting to see a little bit of a pullback on this side. Whether that continues or not, this is still a daily candle that has not closed. So maybe it closes, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll have to see. But things overall, looking really quite strong for XRP. Obviously, quite strong, maybe being understatement of the year, but things are looking really strong. Now, as you can see, if you are interested in trading XRP or anything like that, for that matter, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, any of that, you can feel free to use my link to Margex in the description below. No KYC or VPN needed, up to $10,000 in deposit bonuses, and then also as well as up to 100x leverage if that is something you're wanting to do. I don't normally trade 100x. If I do, it's very very small, inconsequential amounts. But that is something that is available to you if that is something you're interested in. So like I said, feel free to check the link in the description below if that's something you're interested in. Moving on, though, I want to talk a little bit more about what we're seeing with XRP. Does it remain to be a good investment? All of that type of stuff. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. You need to make your own decisions, things like that. But I did want to at least just kind of run through what we're seeing with XRP right now. Obviously, XRP made major moves, now the third largest crypto by market cap. I mean, really, really staggering movements, something that I would have never expected to see if you would have polled me on this, a month ago or even probably 2 weeks ago. Absolutely insane moves. Now, I think XRP has definitely warranted a move to the upside, very similar to what we've seen with Cardano. But something, 400% in less than a month, given what? I mean, Donald Trump won the presidential election. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that's happened for XRP. I mean, obviously they had their win in court, but that was back in like August, I believe. So, nothing really new there. We haven't really seen any sort of like fundamental like changes or like press releases, news, anything like that from the XRP camp. I mean, obviously, like I think it's very clear that it was undersold or it was oversold as we kind of leading up to the election. But I would say now it seems like we are very, very, very overbought. If we were to go and turn on RSI on the chart, I mean, we're probably well above the 90s at this point. I think the chart looking very, very overextended. Even if we were to see a 50% crash, I mean, that's still from 270 back to $1.35. From my opinion, like based on what I'm seeing, being the third largest market cap, having run 400% in a month, the risk reward does not at all seem to be there, at least for me personally. Thankfully, I already had XRP kind of before this run, so I'm very happy with the move overall. But if I did not have XRP at this point in time, I think this is not something that I'd be rushing to get into, just because I don't really see any positive way that it ends, at least for people getting in at this point. I mean, if you get in at this point, fantastic. Maybe you make 50%, maybe even 100%. But at that point, we're looking at XRP being a $300 billion market cap. I mean, maybe we see that, but one thing that we also have to figure out here too is like XRP, in my opinion, doesn't really have too many reasons to own it other than just transacting. Obviously, transacting is a very valid purpose in itself, but if there's no reason to actually hold on to it, then there's never going to be like that value accrual, right? I mean, that if all you're doing is buying and then selling, it's just a means of transacting, right? And so when we see that type of thing happening, like there's no real like staking bonuses, there's no real like, from what I understand, there's not even like really node provider rewards for people who are providing the nodes. They're not rewarded in XRP. Like it's an interesting thing of like, I can 100% see the value as to why you would use it, why you would transact with it, all of that type of stuff. But why you would hold it long term, I just don't really understand. Because one thing that people, I guarantee you I will get comments, and so I'm already going to offer the rebuttal to this right now in real time, which is why, like, particularly if you're an institution, you might, if you want to throw $1,000 into it or something, then like whatever, more power to you. But like, if you're an institution who's realistically trying to hold a substantial amount of money, if something can go up 400% in the span of a month, that means it can also go down 75%, 80%, 90% in the span of a month. So if you're an institution who's really trying to keep a substantial sum of money somewhere, you're not going to keep it in an asset that can do that, right? I mean, that would be terrible risk management from like an institutional perspective. So I just don't really see any reason why there would be like massive major institutions trying to get into XRP. There's no real reason to hold it. Like, yeah, if you need to buy it to send something or buy it to transact or sell it to transact, all that type of stuff, sure, but you're just going to be buying the price when it happens and selling it when it happens. Like, sure, you might take a spread on it that's a couple percentage points or whatever, which even still for banks or institutions would be terrible, but maybe that's something that they would do. But overall, to me, this just seems like a ton of speculation, and that's just it. It's just purely like greed-filled frenzied speculation of just insanity. So obviously it's great for XRP holders, really, really good overall, but I do think from a long term, I'm trying to see how this ends, like in like just a stable price. Price goes nowhere and it stabilizes, or even goes to $10 or whatever. I mean, people are like, oh yeah, XRP is going to go to 10,000. Like, I've seen a couple of those bull posts on Twitter, and I'm expecting that they're mostly just like sarcastic or like being ironic. Otherwise, if they're not, I don't think people understand market caps really at all. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of ultimately what I'm seeing with XRP. Obviously moving fantastically, doing really, really well. But I think it's probably toward the end of its run, at least in my opinion, before we at least start to see some level of pullback. Obviously maybe it continues up to $3, maybe 4 or 5 even. I do think, maybe something in the $5 range could be possible. I think that would push it to an insane market cap, but I think that would be a market cap that is potentially within the realm of reason. Anything past that, I really struggle to see how we get there and at least sustain it. Maybe it's something where we see a wick up to something and then it crashes, maybe in like the last ends of the bull market. But that's kind of at least what I'm seeing. Hopefully you found the information in this video useful. If you did, please do give me a like and subscribe, because it really does help me out. Also, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, the comment section would be a great place to put those. I do try to read and respond to all of my comments, so if you have anything you want me to see, that'd be a great way to do so. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.